your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
For our Friday, we've had partly cloudy skies at sometimes, but more than anything else, we've had cloudy skies and those pretty flurries that were out there made everything look like a snow globe. We've now seen a lot of those move out of the area with our radar, but temperatures behind that, 28 in Champaign as well as in Danville, 31 in Paris, 30 in Decatur, and 32 in Springfield. Currently right now on our Bratcher weather camera overlooking Champaign on a roofing dog, and there are still some flurries out there. They're just not coming down as hard or as much as what they were earlier on today. Winds out of the northwest currently up to around 15 miles per hour. So our forecast planner for the rest of the evening will actually call for clearing skies and chilly conditions overnight tonight, but we have the nice, warm, and sunny weekend to look forward to. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
A school was put on soft lockdown, what police were investigating nearby.
Some people want to track your cell phone. Why they say that could stop the spread of coronavirus.
It's a pretty good-sized explosion.
And it's a sound with no known source, where people in one town think the mysterious boom is coming from.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 5.
Decatur police are investigating a shooting that happened this afternoon. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. This was at Stones Crossing Apartments near East Wellington and North Woodford. WCIA 3's Jennifer Jensen is live in Decatur right now. Jennifer, what can you tell us?
Jennifer, a sergeant on scene told me one man was shot and taken to the hospital. Officials were here at the apartment complexes investigating for a few hours this afternoon, but they have now cleared the scene. But when they got here, they did not have a certain area blocked off and would not give any additional information other than that one person was hurt, and his condition is unknown as of right now. Police were coming in and out of the apartment complexes and seen talking to several people who live here. Stephen Decatur Middle School was placed on a brief soft lockdown while this is happening, but that was lifted and students were sent home. Now, as I've said, police have cleared the scene as of right now, but as soon as we get any more information on what happened here earlier this afternoon, I will make sure to bring that to you. Live in Decatur, I'm Jennifer Jensen, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Jennifer, thank you. A U of I police officer has resigned after being charged with official misconduct. The department says they accepted Gerald Sandage's resignation yesterday. He was put on leave in September 2018 after being accused of sexual assault. Sandage was arrested in December after being accused of misusing police databases and security cameras to find personal information about women both on and off campus.
We have an update about a woman accused of stealing from the VFW in Rantoul. 75-year-old Brenda Davis-Wise appeared in court today. She was arraigned on one charge of theft between $100,000 and $500,000. Officials say that was over a period of 4 years. Police say Davis-Wise used her position as the bar manager of the Rantoul VFW to steal hundreds of thousands of dollars. The VFW hired a forensic accountant to investigate in June 2019. If convicted, Davis-Wise could spend up to 15 years in prison. Leaders in Sangamon County filed a lawsuit against opioid companies. The lawsuit isn't for any specific amount of money, but the county does join a long list of other groups suing the same manufacturers. The 300-page lawsuit has been organized over the last few years. The Sangamon County State's Attorney said the companies are being sued for their role in the opioid crisis that's plagued Illinois. Worldwide fears of the coronavirus are spiking as more infections are diagnosed and markets drop. All levels of government are preparing for every scenario.
Governor Pritzker held a news conference today with the mayor of Chicago to talk about how they will handle the virus moving forward. WCIA 3's Cole Hankey is live in our Capitol newsroom now. So, Cole, the virus hasn't had a major impact on Illinois yet.
That's right, Jennifer. So far, there have only been 2 confirmed cases of coronavirus in Illinois. But in order to keep that number as small as possible, they are trying to be proactive. They're already screening people coming in from international travel, expanding the number of testing laboratories in the state, and giving places like schools and daycares guidance on how to handle disease spreading. Soon, select hospitals across the state will be starting a voluntary testing program. They hope that by finding cases early, they can prevent the spread within communities.
Our top priority is keeping Illinoisans safe. And to this point, Illinois has successfully contained the virus to 2 confirmed cases. And both patients have fully recovered and returned home.
The CDC says that confirmed cases show symptoms of fever, coughing, or shortness of breath. The governor also urged businesses and schools to review emergency plans and to always keep people out of the public if they are sick. As far as specific warnings for how to avoid the coronavirus, those are pretty standard. Wash your hands, cover your coughs and sneezes, and stay away from sick people. Reporting in Springfield, I'm Cole Hankey, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Cole, we talk about that and tell people those things all the time, but definitely it's okay to repeat it as often as possible. All right, thank you. Yep. Some think your phone could be the trick to stopping the spread of coronavirus. Representative Dan Calkins of Decatur wants the state to use an app to trace the movement of people who have it. He says the app would also keep up with the cell phones around the person who's infected.
With this technology, we can go back and find every person with a cell phone that was within contact range, within 40 feet of this individual for 2 or 3 weeks. And then start looking at them and seeing if any of those people have shown symptoms or are going to show symptoms. And that's the beauty of this.
Calkins says some police officers use similar technology to help solve cases. We reached out to the Public Health Department to see if they may implement the technology. We haven't heard back yet.
Medical bills can be high. You all know that. How some are trying to stop you from getting sticker shock.
Plus, we told you yesterday about a mysterious boom in one village. Woke them up, where the people in town say it is probably coming from.